I am Priyanka. This is basically like my soul sister, basically. Like what no one else gets what you do. And we've known each other for about, like 7 years, you said, like 2011.
I'm Natisha Evans, and I'm doing Nay, which we call affectionately Tina. Friend, of course, she said we've been together for 31 years. I calculated our time today, and I was like, oh wow, it's been 31 years. So we've been through everything, ups and downs. We've encouraged each other. We cussed each other out. And she just means where she's
in love.
Yeah, in love. She's been our the mother of our group of friends that we have. It's a small circle, 4 other girls in our circle, so very small, and she's been the glue that kept us together throughout the years.
Hi, I'm Camille. I'm Liz. We've known each other 4 years now? 3? 4. Okay. BC of 2014. February.
15!
2014.
I was a senior.
Been telling you students 4 years.
I'm a real liar. And we're friends. So.
Hi, my name is Ayana Smith, and Taylor Ray and I have known each other for the last 3 years, and we met during our sophomore year of college at Howard University.
She ain't like me.
That's a lie.
Okay. We met at a camp, a youth camp, a teen retreat in the mountains of Pennsylvania. And I had already been informed of Christine because I met her through my sister, my biological sister. And so I'll let you tell the story because you remember it more distinctly.
Yeah, so we met via her big sister, Sunita. It was kind of, I feel like Sunita was kind of honestly scoping out who would be your friend, to be honest. But yeah, so she would tell me, I have this little sister who's your age and she's going to Howard and I would love for you two to meet. And I was like, I mean, cool, I guess. Like, I like Sunita, so I guess the little mini Sunita would be just as awesome. But yeah, so at camp, the first initial meeting we had, I was mad for a reason that has nothing to do with Priyanka, but it was not a good meeting. We went up to each other and Sunita was like, here's my sister. And I was just like, all right, and I just took off. Not the best first impression, but just whatever. But after that, I calmed down and I got to like see her and hang out with her. And I think when we got back to church, I finally got the chance to like talk to her. And for me, I was just like, I feel like she needed someone to take the time to get to know the real Priyanka. Mm-hmm. And that's always been like my goal, to find out who is Priyanka actually, like aside from the glitz and the glamour, she pretty, okay, but there's a whole complicated, colorful being under all that. And that's what, at least for me, was kind of been the goal.
Yeah, for me, when I first met Christine and I saw her in the cabin and she kind of brushed me off, and I didn't take it personally. I was just like, okay, I'm getting to know all these new people. I was like one of the new ones and people had heard of me, but I had never like met or heard of all of them. And so when I saw Christine and she kind of just left, I was just like, okay, like I met her, that was it. And then like she said, after the camp, we got to know each other a lot more. And in my first year of college, she really and her family kind of became like my surrogate family while I was here. And so we really did get to dig deep and get to know each other.
This guy that we knew, that we went to church with, he saw something happen to me in a service and he was just like elated. And so he ran up to her and was like, yo, do you know Camille? Camille just got healed.
You gotta meet Camille. Oh my gosh, stand right here. You gotta meet Camille. I was like, okay.
Alright, so I walk up to her and I'm like, he's like, there she is. I'm like, hi. So he's like, tell her about how you got healed. And I was like, well, yeah, I stood up. I got prayed for it. Then I was healed. And then I said something about liking, she had green tips on her hair.
No.
They were teal.
They weren't tips though.
They were tips.
Tips are like this much. Okay, my hair was green.
How much there was.
We met in 1987 at Lake Taylor Senior High School in Norfolk, Virginia. We both were in the band, and we both played flute. Tina was first chair and I was second chair.
We shared first chair.
Well, we shared first chair.
We shared first chair.
But she was the better flautist, in my opinion.
Her vibrato was better.
But she was quick, so she'll pick up the music faster than I would.
You picked her up fast too.
Well, not that fast.
Well,
But she was good.
it's up your own opinion.
Well, and she was this short little girl that came through the hallways with this asymmetric hairdo. And, you know, every time I see her, I think about the scene in Oprah Winfrey when she was in Color Purple, when she was stomping through the cornfield and said,
Of all the things.
yes, because the way she stomped through there, that's how you walk down the hallways. Like, with a sureness about herself. You know, she was very confident and still is.
Taylor and I met during my sophomore year of college. She came to Howard as a transfer student, and I went to Howard just going into my freshman year of college. So sophomore year came around and you are looking for a new dorm. You know, you start to get moved in and everything like that. And at Howard, we actually had a new dorm, which was called College Hall South. So Taylor Ray, this was her first year, and she moved in with one of my good friends from my freshman year of college. And she's still one of my good friends till this day. So Tay was roommates with one of my friends, and I would come in the room all the time, just talking about whatever, talking about boy issues, talking about just my college experience in general. And at the time, I wasn't saved. I wasn't thinking about what it meant to have a relationship with Jesus. So Taylor Ray, and I got closer and closer. I started to ask her more questions about her walk with God, what that looked like, how she grew up, things like that. And I think it just sparked, you know, more of a friendship between her and I. In February of 2015, that's when I committed in my relationship with Jesus. And she was the main person who helped me or guided me to make that first step.
Instantly, yeah. I think it was a love for each other from the moment we met.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
connected like when we went in class, when we ended up sitting, had our assigned seats or whatever, and then it was just instant, you know.
It was instant love for each other, and it hasn't stopped.
Nope.
It hasn't stopped.
I mean, I guess you just kept sticking around. We did.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It was really intentional. I feel like we did work at our relationship, and it did take time of really, like, she would ask me hard questions and I would dig deep and answer, and vice versa. And so I think that really helped establish a good foundation of just trusting each other. And then from there, it was just kind of like natural.
You remember we were in the towers and you had the movie over and you were like on the floor. Yo, I was cracking up. That was so funny. I was like, this girl is so crazy. And I don't know how we started talking after that.
I was so serious.
That was so funny. I literally was like, yeah, that was so funny. But I don't know why we started like talking after that.
I think everybody in that group just bonded, and then we all ended up at Denori's house.
Was that first or was my house first?
Denori's house was first.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Okay.
I think I knew we would be long-term friends when she helped me, or she tried to help me take out a piercing.
Okay. At Denori's house.
At Denori's house. Yes, there was a moment that I realized we would be longtime friends when, oh my gosh, there's so many moments, but I think when we had our first argument, not really argue. Well, yeah, it was an argument when we lived in the towers at Howard University. It was more like a discrepancy, but strong, passionate feelings behind it. And we actually talked it out, and she made me talk about it. I don't remember the details of it, but when we talked about it, I knew that night, I thought, oh Lord, she really is gonna be my friend for a long time, because she's making me talk about my feelings. And even though back then I had a really hard time explaining myself, she stayed and listened to me even when I would just say, well, I'm not sure. And at that moment, my heart, I knew that it would be too hard to shake her even when I tried.
Yes.
Woo!
For me, I don't feel like there was ever a moment where it was like, this is going to be my long-term friend. I don't know, it's just, I just want to know who Priyanka was. I just really was very curious about seeing all those pieces, and I don't really have a trajectory for how long that was going to be. I would hope it would be long term, because I don't know, you're a great person. I was like, she loyal, she cool, why not? But yeah.
And we had a lot of fun memories together too.
I know.
So it would be no one else would understand, but we would know.
I knew that we would be longtime friends since the first time we met. I think that I think that it felt the most real for me when I used to come to the room and talk to her about Jesus, or ask her. I used to come into the room and I used to say, oh my gosh, Taylor, I got a dream. I don't know what it's about. Can you tell me? And she'd be half asleep. But I was happy that she was there to just listen.
I would say Christine is, and obviously there's lots of words I could say, but the ones that first come to mind are loyal, trustworthy, and honest. I think she doesn't stray away from those things.
Liz is passionate, quirky. I'll say loyal. That's my 3. I would say trustworthy, feisty, and courageous. Those are my 3 words.
That's good.
I think Priyanka is also loyal. I think that beautiful might be a weird way to describe your friend, but it's the kind of thing that's not really even skin deep. It's all the pieces of her are really, they're real nice to look at. And finally, I think incredibly patient, with me at least. I don't know anybody else, but
I was like,
Priyanka gives me the space to wild out, and she's there at every step, so yeah.
Camille is annoying.
I tried to be nice.
In the best, can I finish? In the best way. It's so funny. When you're always like, oh my gosh, you're so annoying, but you're laughing at the same time. So annoying, talented, and creative.
I would say optimistic, loyal, and adventurous. She's so silly.
Ina is courageous. She's loving, and she is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She gonna make me cry. Tisha is faithful. She's a very faithful friend. Tisha is beautiful as well, but Tisha makes me smile. So she is a happy. Can I say happy? Yeah, she's my happy.
I'm a happy crying now.
She makes me happy. When I have down days, I can pick up and say, I'm having a moment. And immediately she jumps in. I don't even know if she realizes that, but she jumps in. I love her for her. She's my happy.
I love you too.
Oh, there's so much to love. Look at her. I love how genuine Christine is. Like, she'll always dig deep. She won't shy away from a situation. She's authentically herself in every scenario. You are. And you're very dedicated. Like, she has a grind like none other. I've learned so much from her. Like, a lot of times in the world, you'll hear of a traditional and a non-traditional route of like going through life and whatnot. And I feel like I've been fairly traditional and she's been the non-traditional one. Like, and just through that, like, it's opened a whole perspective that I've never even known before. And I just love that she's always committed to who she is. Like, regardless of what anyone says, she's always gonna be her. She's always gonna hold on to the dream and vision that she has, whether it be who she's, called to be with, where she's called to go, the job she's called to have. Like, she's relentless in her pursuit of being genuinely herself.
I love that since the first time Tay and I met, she has literally pulled me out of my shell. I think that there's been a lot of moments in friendships where I've stuck with those who made me feel comfortable, and I feel like Tay does a really good job with everyone, but she's really intentional towards me with pulling me out of my shell, with making sure that I'm like open and ready for any opportunity.
I love that Liz is loyal, even when she's annoying. Great, you have to. She's funny sometimes. And she's very encouraging, so.
Oh yeah, you're encouraging too.
I really love how she is, she's very sweet, sometimes not so sweet when I need it, but also just, I don't know, like, I've never met someone who was so willing to like just kind of be right there with me wherever I am, like in that space. Some people don't live in the moment, and I think Priyanka gives that to me. She is also, I don't know, I am very untraditional, as she has said, but it's also good to have someone who's not wilding out as hard as I do. Like, everyone needs kind of someone who's a little more stable and a little more set. Obviously, she's a lot of fun or we wouldn't be in this friendship, but it helps to have someone kind of like pull me back sometimes and be like, hey, have you considered this? Like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Yeah, I need someone to rein me in sometimes, and you do that.
We balance each other out well.
Yes, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I love Ayana is because she's the only friend that I've had true healthy relationship with as of right now. As a 25-year-old woman in my life, having many friends, this is the first friendship I have that is really healthy, and she's helped me to really understand communication, mostly because she likes to think with her psychological mindset. That's what she graduated with from Howard. So we get to talk about things like that, but communication is such a strong thing that you need. I really love her for that, because I know now whenever I get married one day or if I have children, I know I'm gonna be a strong communicator. And then minus her help with that, God comes in and then he's helped me even more. Mm-hmm. So that's why I love her.
I love that. Nothing. No, I love that you're real and you're funny. And you're there for me sometimes. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's already been done.
I think for me, sisterhood has been evolving over the years. Like, I used to think it was just perfect, like happy-go-lucky, we just have fun all the time and share memories. But over the years, I've just realized it's developing. Like, you have ups, you have downs, you have times when you see each other, when you don't see each other. There's distance, there's different things that we go through in our lives, and sometimes we grow apart, sometimes we're together, but at the end of the day, we're still sisters.
Sisterhood to me is an extension of family. I can't explain other than when I wake up in the middle of the night and it doesn't matter what time or it doesn't matter how far I am, I can just pick up the phone and call, and she'll answer, always, in her groggy state, or she'll pick up and she will always have a comforting word, and she'll talk me through off the edge plenty of times. So I could have caught many cases throughout the years, but you know, she's definitely kept me out of jail for sure.
Okay, I guess sisterhood just means having someone that's always there for you. It's rocky, but you get through it if they mean a lot to you. Yeah, it's going above and beyond for your friend, for your sister.
I think sisterhood means fellowship. I think it means unity. I feel like the other word that comes to mind is like transparency. So sister to sister, being able to talk to one another about some of the deepest things that we struggle with, some of the things that you won't always feel the most comfortable sharing with a man or sharing with a mom or a dad or whatever, but sisterhood brings you that comfort and that unity that you're looking for.
To me, sisterhood is like it's a very distinct partnership. Like, we have both agreed to be there for one another through everything, and like me having the opportunity to be my most authentic self with you. I'm not afraid to kind of share the pieces that I wouldn't share with anyone else, and you allow me to be that. So that's what that means to me.
Lately, sisterhood for me has meant vulnerability and allowing people to be there for you and love you in ways in which you may not be comfortable.
Well, sisterhood to me means a very close to it's family, like she said, and I can't explain. It's something that I can't explain because I have my own blood sisters, but I have in our circle of 6 of us. I think they're a little bit more closer because I can share my intimate things with them, some secrets with them, and I know it doesn't go any further. So I think it's a close-knit, sisterhood is a good close-knit thing that we both share and that we have held for the 31 years, believe it or not. There are times where we have gone our own separate ways, but when we got back together, it's like we never missed any time. And to me, that's a true sisterhood, because you forget about whatever happened or what could have happened or whatever. You pick right back up and you go right back to that love. So I really think that's what it means to us. It's like a undying love for each other.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The first word I think of with sisterhood is just like reality. I don't know. Like a sister gives you that reality check. If you got broccoli in your teeth, they're gonna tell you. If you have some tight pants on, they're gonna tell you. If you need to cry, you can talk to them in like the most healthiest way. I feel like that's what a sister is. Just someone that you can lean on, but also someone who can build you up in moments that you're not as strong as you possibly think you are.